Hello, how are you? I hope you're very well. I've decided to try to entertain myself this evening and bake Swedish crispy bread, which I've never done before, and I'm not going to pretend that I know how to do it. I've already started over there with yeast and so on, and we will see. This could be a total fail. I'm not going to call this how to make Swedish crisp bread. I could, but it might not look like Swedish crisp bread at all. You who are watching my channel, you know how much I love Swedish crisp bread. I even once did a video about my IKEA favorites and Swedish favorites. I will link it up here, and I love crisp bread with lots of butter, with different cheeses, jams, honey, to eat with soup. It's wonderful. Here you can see Swedish crisp bread. I doubt mine is going to look anything like this. It might even get ruined. We are slowly finishing this. We bought it in Sweden on our Swedish road trip, and I don't want to be dependent on going to Sweden or IKEA to buy it. You know, who knows if I will be able to do that in the future. So I want to attempt try to make it. I'm actually feeling quite tired and wanted to relax, but at the same time I've had quite a lot of anxiety recently, so I want to occupy myself. So welcome, we'll try to bake Swedish crisp bread, and I will chat with you along this video about life, about the world, about anything that comes to my mind or is on my mind. So here I have 50 grams of yeast and 4 deciliters of water. I've also added 1.5 tablespoons of salt and a teaspoon of honey. I've got my recipe, but I've already mixed up some things, so it's not starting well. But you can always add a bit more flour or water or whatever. They're saying this is not very difficult, but I couldn't find any recipe that spoke to me. So I thought, I will mix a little, which might have been
a bad idea in hindsight,
since I am a beginner. I'm also adding a teaspoon of oil, as one of the recipes says so. I've added 5 deciliters of wheat flour, and I'm going to add around 5 deciliters of rye flour. So I'm mixing it all together, and we'll see. It has to rest for 30 minutes before I can start to bake it, so we'll see if this is enough flour or water. How are you guys? How are you? As I've mentioned, I haven't been feeling very well mentally lately. The weather is quite bad. It's March, but it's very cold. It's raining a lot. Sometimes it even snows. I recently checked my vitamin D levels, and I was very surprised to discover that I was completely deficient. I did take vitamin D in November and December. Then I went to Egypt, had lots of sun, but in spite of that, when checking now, I wanted to do like an overall check. It turned out I am completely deficient, so I'm taking lots of vitamin D. I'm trying to find positive things. Some of you know and agree with me. The world has gone mad, and it's been soon a year that it has gone mad. They call you selfish when you don't want to vaccinate yourself, or when you don't want to cover your face in ridiculous face aprons. You know, no one knows of us how the future is going to look like, work situation, if we are going to be able to do anything, go and do anything nice. we don't know. It's difficult to go and do anything, even though we did try. Actually, today we had a wonderful excursion. In spite of the bad weather, we went some old town near Warsaw and a beautiful park. We had some takeaway, burgers, and these are some things that lift your spirits up, at least mine. The lockdown after lockdown has been getting to me. Some of you may know as well that it's been a great sorrow to me that we don't have children, God's will. But recently I've been feeling very sad about it. Over the years I had many emotions around this topic and I've been at peace for a long time, but just recently I've been feeling sad. And so tell me how you are. I hope you're well, and you have to try to make yourself happy. I decided to take some time to focus on myself, to try to work through all that is going on in my mind and in my soul. Almost ready to roll out the dough. I'm separating it into 4 pieces and I'm going to roll out each of these pieces. So I don't know what this looks like. A little bit like pita bread. Maybe I've seen my husband doing pita bread so many times that this doesn't look like a Swedish crisp bread, but it's quite hard. I honestly don't know. It's thin, it's quite hard, but also a little bit soft. It's hot. Places where it's very hard, it's definitely like a crisp bread, but where it's softer, it's more like a pita bread. This one is looking very crispy, but it tastes very good, really. Update, it has actually become very hard now. This is rock hard. These are getting there. So, almost a success. I've got my rooibos tea and my crisp bread. Take a look at this beauty. Half with butter, half with goat cheese and some veggies. Time for some relaxation and Swedish crisp bread ASMR. This is therapy. Baking and cooking. It has put me in such a good mood. I feel warm and happy, and that was the reason for doing this. And I hope you really enjoyed this and that you feel happy and relaxed, and you will maybe attempt to bake this. I love it. I wish you all a wonderful, wonderful, lovely day or evening. Thank you, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.